All right, everyone, let's get started in this webinar on how to start your journey, your career as BA, as business analyst in 90 days. This is what is the intent agenda of this webinar. And with this note, let's get started. So just let me do some final setup checking here. Okay. So just to confirm if I'm audible and visible to everyone, type AVC in the chat box. If I'm audible and visible, type AVC. AVC for audio, video clear. If you can see me, if you can hear me, okay, all right. Okay, okay. Thank you for confirmation. And with this note, let's get started. All right. So here, this specific session, the intent is to give you a roadmap, give you a plan, a track that if you are someone who is looking to upskill, if you are someone who is looking to start your journey as BA, as business analyst, what all you need to do, what all steps should be, and what all are the career opportunities, career ladder when you are going to start your career as a BA. So before we proceed further here in this webinar, I would just like to understand the pulse of the audience, whoever is attending this webinar. So it's like, what is your awareness about the BA? So if you are someone who is, I will just making a three statement here, and whatever you are able to resonate with, you have to respond in the chat box. So if you are someone who is already working as a BA and just looking to upskill so that you can do your job, your work in a better way, type 1 in the chat box. If you're someone who is already working as a BA, if you are someone falling in this category, type 1 in the chat box. Okay. All right. And next, if you are someone who is in IT industry, maybe working as a developer, as a QA, maybe in a different role, sales, marketing, but you are in IT industry and you want to upskill yourself so that you can transition in this BA job role. You have interacted with a BA, but certainly you have not worked as a BA. So if you are someone in this category, type 2 in the chat box. If you are someone in this category, okay, so you are in IT industry, but you are someone who is looking to start your career, your journey as BA, type 2 in the chat box. Okay, quite a few people here. And okay, all right, good, thank you. And if you're someone who is not in IT industry, maybe in a different job role altogether, it could be sales, marketing, BPO, teaching, training, telecom, whatever it is. But if you are someone who want to start your journey, your career as BA in such a scenario, type 3 in the chat box. Okay. All right. So let me see. Okay. Okay. If you're someone who is in this category, type 3. If you are, okay. Okay. All right. So I can see here most of the people who are in category 3 of very few in category 2, and certainly no one over here as category 1. All right. So if you are someone in category 3 or 2, certainly I would say you are on the right place, because for this specific webinar, there is no any prerequisite that you need to know. We are going to start from scratch. And certainly at end of this webinar today, you will be able to get clarity what all you need to know, what all you need to do to start your career, your journey as BA, as business analyst. That is what is the main intent of this webinar. Okay. So with this note, let me just share my slide and then we'll begin from here. Okay, so first of all, it's going to be something around a 2-hour session. So in 2 hour, I would say, you can say 120 minutes. In that, around 90 minutes will be contained from my side. And last 30 minutes, I have kept reserved for if you do have any specific questions, any clarification you want, maybe about the content, whatever we are going to discuss. Or if you do have any question about your career roadmap, how you can move in this job role. So those last 30 minutes is something specific for that time slot. Okay. So yes, as we proceed further with the content, you may have certain questions, clarification, which is very common, but still I would encourage everyone to hold on with your question. And at end of the session, last 30 minutes, I just said here, it's going to be totally for Q&A. So you can post your question in the Q&A and all the questions I will be taking. Okay, so do we all agree with this? Are we all in the sync? If yes, type A in the chat box. A for agreed, that yes, makes sense. And will proceed. Okay, everyone in the sync? Are we agree with this agreement? Yes, no, yes, no. A for and yes. Very often I will be keep on asking, right, to respond you something very simple, but still I would say you need to respond. Why? Because once you respond, you are alert, you are active, and you are engaged in the session. Otherwise, life is something that lot of disturbing elements. You do have something like this. And I would say for everyone, make sure that when you are in this webinar, mobile phone, you can put on your DND mode so that next 90 minutes you are very much focused on the content of this webinar. Certainly, if you are going to be focused, a lot of learning we are going to have. Okay, so do we all agree? Agree for it? A for agree. Type A in the chat box. Yes, no, yes, no. Make sense? Agree? Okay. All right. So here we go. Okay, so first thing first, okay, so as we are going to cover a lot of content about the BA, about the business analyst, and so I would say make sure that you are having a diary and pen so that you can make a notes, because a lot of content is what we are going to discuss here in the next 90 minutes in this masterclass. Okay, so first thing first, first what you are going to learn. So we'll talk about the basics, like what exactly is the business analysis, who is individual called business analyst, becoming a business analyst, what should be your journey and responsibilities of a BA. That is what we are going to talk about. If I talk about the key takeaway at end of this session, what you will be having. So we'll start first with the business analyst, what exactly it is. Who is business analyst? Who is this person? Is this job role is in demand in the market? Yes or no? And there are several titles, something related to the BA, something called data analyst. And so many people get confused that BA, DA, and data science, right? Data science, they all are the similar. But the truth is no, both all are different thing here. So what is difference between business analyst and data analyst? If you're going to start your career as a BA, so what should be your career track, step by step, one, two, three, what you're going to do. And further from this aspect, we'll talk about essential BA skills. If you're someone who want to start your journey, your career as a BA, so what exactly you need to do, that is also what you are going to learn. So these all are the key snippets in the next 90 minutes, what we are going to learn. And yes, as I said here, the business analysts have different titles and roles. So what all are difference between those, you are going to learn as well. And if you're going to plan your career, how to make this happen, what should be your step to step over here journey, that is what we'll learn. And the last about the salary insight, if you're someone looking for transition, what should be expected number? Because certainly if you look for any change, any career, the main intent is what about movement in the salary. So that is what also we are going to learn. And let's proceed from here. And everyone who ever attend this webinar, I would say certainly there will be something in your mind. So what I say here, unless you're not clear why you are, what exactly means why is not clear, what cannot be clear means what we need to do. But the main aspect over here is why. So what is my question to all of you? You all are here in this webinar. What is something you are looking for? So many people do join this webinar for various reasons. Some people join this webinar. Why? To whatever you are doing, you are in sales, marketing in a different field, and you want to upskill to earn more. Some people do join this webinar to increase your worth as you are going to learn certain new things. You will be able to increase your worth. And some people do join that, hey, enough of technical job as a developer, as a QA. Now I want to have a better work-life balance. And that is what some people do join. And some people do join to move to go ahead on the next level of the career. So you can see here, earn more. So whatever you are able to connect with, do respond here in the chat box. So earn more being one, increase your worth being number two, work-life balance number three, move to next level as number four. what is something you need, what is something you are looking for. So do respond in the chat box, 1 2 3 4. It could be a combination as well, but whatever you are able to connect with, do respond. And just say the main thing over here is what? The intention, the clarity, whatever you want to do. But unless why is not clear, the main essence, the main reason is not clear, certainly you will not able to achieve. Okay. So here, let me see what all is your expectation. So Yogesh says 2 and 3. Okay. Parikshit 1 3 4, encourage potential. Okay. Sakat 1 and 2. Okay, so everyone do respond. Let's make it interactive. I do not want just to be one-sided communication from my side. Unless you do not respond, you will not able to think through it. And that is what is the most important aspect here. Okay. All right. So 1 2. Okay. Akhil says 3 and 4. Super. So I would say whatever you are looking for, everything is possible. Just what is required is commitment. Why? Because if you are someone who is committed to achieve something, certainly you can do that. And commitment is the most important thing. So if you are someone who is committed, you can do it. Okay. So with this note, let's proceed from here. Okay. And first thing first, what you need to understand, let's start with the content part here. So as this webinar is all about the BA. So who is the BA? What a BA does? Who is the BA, right? So on this aspect, when you talk about BA, business analyst, so why we need to have a BA? So what happens here? Let's say if you are someone who is looking for a specific software and application is what you are looking for. So the challenge over there, what happens is, let's say there's a customer who is in a different industry, maybe in the retail or so. This customer, this specific company having working in a different industry, they do not have expertise of IT. So what they need to approach to a IT company who can work for them, and they can build this software, they can build this solution. So we need someone who can connect the dots. So on that aspect, what happened here? Now you can see the same thing here from the slide. So there's an IT company and there is a client. So client is someone who is looking for a software. Client is someone who is looking for a solution. And as a BA, you are going to work in between these two. In fact, we call BA as a bridge between the customer, between the client and the development team. The developers, in this case, you can say here what? IT company. Now, why we need to have a BA? Why we need someone like this? The reason is, if we talk about this client, customer, someone who is not coming from IT, so they have a different way. Sometimes this customer have high level idea what he want, but exactly what need to be implemented in the software, this customer have not expertise on. For example, let's say I'm someone who is looking for a e-commerce website, but what exactly the step by step, the in detail feature should be? I can say I'm looking something like Amazon, like Flipkart, but what exactly is it? Something all is required in my website, my portal, or maybe just some aspect of it. So that's why we need to have a BA, business analyst, who can pitch in this solution, who can situation, who can understand the customer need, document those needs, and then after, the BA will be doing what? Writing the documentation, writing all those aspects over here, and making sure the developers, they do understand what this customer is looking for, and that is what is need of a BA. So what we say, the BA is someone who is having interface between the business and technical team. High level, just for your understanding. Now, so BA is someone who understands the business language, and BA also who is someone who understands tech language. And when I'm saying here tech language, it doesn't mean that BA need to be having knowledge of Java, PHP, .NET, but yes, you should be aware about the terminologies, what developers are talking about. So yes, it's not about having a technical person, but as you are going to aware, you're going to interact with the developers, so you need to understand what they are talking about. And that's what it means over here, what? As you need to be aware about terms, not the detail of it. Next aspect over here, what we say, your BA, as a BA, I just said, main work as a BA is to interact, to communicate between the IT and the client, the customer. That is what you are going to do as a BA. So connecting the dots. That's why we say BA work. BA work act as a bridge between IT team, developers, and the customer. So now, how as a BA I'm going to help my customer? So I will first understand the process. What is the current process? What is exactly project or product this client, the customer is looking for? And then after, I will be doing some documentation, making sure that whatever customer is looking for, that is well documented, understood, so that my developers and everyone is able to work on those requirement what customer is looking for. That is what you can say on high level, something between client, customer, and the development team as a BA you are going to do. So, and that's what the BA first job is, to understand the requirement. So let's say there is a customer who is looking for some specific banking solution for the bank, or maybe a e-commerce application, something a customer is looking for. So understanding the requirement, what exactly the features need to be. Then after doing on analysis, is there something similar solution available in the market? What feature I can add in this application so that this is going to be much more helpful for the end customer, working on those aspects. And then after signing off, getting signing off from the signing off on those requirements, so that customer is also aware about the customer, what he can expect. And that is what is something, a job role, key job role of a BA, a business analyst is. So in general, if you talk about a day of a typical business analyst as a BA, when you're going to start your journey, your career, what exactly you are going to do. So again, it depends on which phase of the project you are in. Accordingly, you will be operating, you will be planning, you will be doing your day-to-day activity. But in general, as a BA, as you are a requirement person, so brainstorm requirements, a solution needs. So as we're talking about, let's say you are someone who is looking to build a e-commerce application. So on that aspect, what all features can be added in those application, in that application, whatever customer is looking for, getting the requirement, then doing some documentation. That is what is the main aspect. So brainstorm, think through what all features can be added. It is something really relevant for this application or not. And then after, gain an understanding of the organization's business process relevant to the project goal. So let's say a customer is saying, hey, I need something like Amazon, but Amazon is a marketplace. It's not like just I am going to sell my product. So many other sellers also are there on that platform. But is it customer is also looking for? Do you need just copy, just a replica of the Amazon, or maybe something different as per your customer need? So that's what a BA job is. It's not just about someone is going to give the requirement. You have to write, you have to document. It's about understanding the business. What is my customer current business, what they are doing step by step, working on those aspects. And then when you have clarity, then aligning those aspect over here in the terms of requirement, translating this in the requirement. That is what you have to do. And the third step, what you can see here is document process to help refine the problem the project is trying to solve. So what exactly you have understood, you have done the brainstorming, you have collaborated, you have connected with the customer, and those aspects over here, you are someone going to document, you're going to write. And then the next step is work in cooperation with their project managers. And that too is developers, because you got the requirement from the stakeholder, from the business, and then working with the developers so that those requirements can be fulfilled, those requirements can be completed in a given span of time. That is what is an intent, or you can say a typical day of. It's not limited to this. There are a lot more activities you need to do. But in typical, this is what he'll be doing. And again, I just said it depends on which phase of the project you are in. That is what typically you can relate with this BA job role. Okay. Now, I just said earlier, there are so many things common, like which sometime it looks common, that is it BA or DA is the same, business analyst and data analyst. The answer is no, these two are altogether different job role. So let's understand who is BA and who is DA. DA means what? Data analyst. So if you just go with the name itself, if you talk about, let's say, the BA, it's showing someone who is doing analyst or someone who is doing analysis of what? One second. Let me go back on the previous slide. Okay, here we go. So if we just talk about the BA, so BA means someone who is analyst of what? Business. And again, same thing, go with the word itself. If you talk about data analyst, someone who is doing analysis of what? Data. So if we try to differentiate, the major difference between business analyst and data analyst is data analyst is someone who majorly work on the data. So what happens? A customer will be giving you some set of data. You have to, as a data analyst, if you're going to work, so you will be having set of data. Your job is to, there is a raw data, you have to arrange those data and finding the pattern that, yes, if I have this much of data, what pattern I can see. And this is what is a main job of a data analyst. And as a data analyst, as you have to work on the data, certainly you need to have some technical knowledge, let's say SQL, in-depth knowledge of SQL, Python, and some other technical tools, which will be, let's say, are SAS, those tools which basically used for the data analysis. And together with this, we do also have another job role to which we call it as data scientist. So if we talk about data scientist, you can say it's one more level up, extended role, data scientist. And data scientists are people, again, they are not just playing around the data. They are someone who will be doing the prediction. They will be someone who will be working on certain algorithm, creating those, finding the pattern and doing the prediction. If this is the situation, if this is going to be, what exactly is something you can say a pattern going to be in future, and that is what is a data scientist job. So if I talk about data scientist, this is something requires much more technical knowledge, extended in-depth knowledge of Python or AI, ML, those things, so that you can do the prediction also based on the data set what you do have. So data scientist, much more technical, and certainly it's a much more high-paying job. Data analyst, if we talk about, it's someone who is having good knowledge of SQL, somewhat knowledge of Python also is required to, and also as a data analyst, if you are going to work, so you will be, you also need to have knowledge of, let's say, Tableau or any reporting tools where you can create certain report, dashboard, and all you can create. This is what is a typical way of data analyst. But when I talk about the BA, the business analyst, BA, the business analyst, is not about doing analysis of the data. In certain company, there will be BA, there will be a DA, data analyst also. So as a BA, you will be getting data, the insight, the reports from the data analyst, and based on those reports, you have to do some documentation. And this BA role, if you talk about, it's quite a vast role. There are various aspects of the BA. One major aspect, what so many companies look for, is a BA should be, let me start annotation here. Okay, so a BA is someone who is functional. Functional means it's not about doing much more on the data, but it's about talking to the customer, understanding the customer need, what my customers are looking for, so that you can have a fair understanding about the customer need, requirement, doing the requirement elicitation, doing the documentation, and then you can explain the same thing to the developers. That is something you can relate with the BA. So yes, if you are someone who is looking for a BA job role, it's not required to be someone technical person, that you must need to have Java, PHP or something. You must need to be the technical background, let's say BCA, MC or the engineering. It's all about BA means someone who is having good communication, as you are going to communicate with whom? The stakeholder. You are going to communicate with the customer. So certainly you need to have good communication so that you can interact with them. Okay. And further, let's proceed here. So as a BA, when you are going to start your journey, your job, okay, so in all those phases, in all the phases of the requirement of the project, what is your job role going to be? So let's understand this with this slide. And here we go. Okay. So when you talk about SDLC, right now, as most of the company, they do follow agile methodology, but I'm just going to explain this from a different perspective. So let's say as a BA, whenever a project start, your involvement will be much more because you are someone who is going to work on the requirement. So what you're going to do is understanding the requirement, requirement gathering. So in fact, the right word over here is what? Requirement elicitation. And for this purpose, there are various techniques that you're going to follow. It's like interview to the customer, brainstorming, doing document analysis. If there is any document available, that is what you're going to do. Focus group, this is what you are going to do to understand the requirement, to gather, to elicit the requirement. Now, you understood the requirement. Then after, the next work will be drafting, writing that. And that is what documenting those requirements. You have to prepare some documents like BRD, business requirement documentation. SRS mostly done by the technical team, but certainly they need your input. RTM, requirement traceability matrix, is what you are going to do. And once you have written these documents, the major step over here is getting sign off from the customer. And that's what is document sign off. So now let's say this is the requirement phase. This is where you are going to be very much actively involved. All the responsibility of the project will be on your shoulder. Next one from here, now let's say requirement is done. And the second step is your team is doing the designing for it. So over here, your UX, your tech team, architect also are involved. So you will be also working on wireframe, screen mockups, and this will be input for your UX designer with the reference of the requirement, whatever you have written, with the reference of the mockups, whatever you have created. They will be creating much more design and prototyping for it. Then the next step from here is going to be what? Development, developing those application. So when the development start, developer will be having certain confusion, certain clarity they see. So they, for those clarity, they cannot go back directly to the customer. So you as a BA, as we discussed, you are going to act as a interface. So your job role over here is communicating with the technical team, which is your developers, making sure that whatever questions, clarification they do have, you are getting them clarified and also tracking the requirements. So I got so many requirements. So those requirements, where we do stand. Is it something, everything on track? Or if there's a something we are missing, making sure that again it is taking in consideration and developers are working on those. And the next step over here is the testing. So making sure that in the testing phase as well, so whatever acceptance criteria, acceptance testing is, it is done. And once this is completed, deployment will be happening. Before that, giving demo to the customer and making sure whatever product is deployed on the production, that is also something aligned with the customer need. And then after, still if customer look for some other change, you as a BA, you are going to make sure that change also has been implemented. So handling the change requests, CR, what we say, CR management, change request management, also is one of your measure. Okay, this is what is the first aspect of this webinar, giving you some clarity that who is BA, what this BA does, what all are high level roles and responsibility of a BA. Okay, so till now, are we clear? Are we good? Yes, no? If clear, type C in the chat box. C for clear. If you are able to relate with me, whatever we discussed till now, type C in the chat box. C for clear, and then we'll proceed further. Are we good? We are going good. Okay. All right, super. So now let's proceed further from here. Okay. And before we deep dive on the main content of this webinar, so talking about some in-depth, in detail about the BA roles, responsibility on a day basis. Is it okay for everyone if I can just quickly introduce myself so that you are also aware about the person who is taking this session, who is preaching, teaching on the BA career roadmap and all? What is my credibility, who I am? Is it okay, everyone, if I can just quickly explain about myself, if I can introduce? Yes, no? Do you want to know about me? I can see some known faces, but a lot of people over here are someone who is interacting with me first time. Okay. All right. So thank you. All right. So let me just give a quick introduction about me. So my name is Jitendra Kumar Yadav. Altogether, I have something around 14 plus year experience in the industry. So I'm IT career potential coach. I truly believe that everyone has immense potential to do wonders in the life. Whatever you want, you can achieve, but you need to have a right content, a right mentor, and certainly whatever you want, you can do it. So I am a founder of this organization, Skill Yantra. I'm IT career potential coach. I'm a certified Scrum professional, Scrum master. So I am someone who started my career in altogether different way. Then I jumped to the BA role, business analyst. I worked for several years as a BA. While working as a BA, I worked as a Scrum Master, Product Owner, various roles together I have worked on. And right now, when I'm talking to you, why? Because I am on a mission to help 10,000 plus professionals to start their journey in IT industry. And I'm someone who belongs to a city called Gazipur, which is near to Varanasi, UP. I did my schooling 10th, 12th from Patna, Bihar, what you can see here, the right side top of this slide. I did my engineering in year 2009 in electronics and communication in 2009 from Bhopal. And right now, when I'm taking this session, I am in Bangalore. So Silicon City of India, Bangalore, I am in since last 8 years. And this is about my journey. And I'm someone who truly believe in upskilling, in knowledge, in learning, because whatever, if you are today, because you have acquired certain skill set way back in your life, because of those skill set, those knowledge, you are here. And if you're someone want to go on the next level, certainly you need to learn more. And I'm someone who have invested a lot on this. You can see on this page in this slide. So I did my certain certification in the left side of this page, Mr. Nandalan Kalpalli. Last year, I did train the trainer how to be an effective trainer from Blair Singer. And last year in month of September, I was in Mumbai to attend a session where I met my mentor, Robert Kiyosaki. So some of you may have read his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So a mindset of rich people, my and poor people, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He is the famous author of the most famous book on the personal finance. I met him right side of this image. You can, if this slide, you can see Aman Gupta, Sar Aman Gupta, founder of this boat company. So this is all about having a mindset, a growth mindset. If you be in this vicinity, if you are someone who want to grow, certainly you need to learn from the surrounding, from the people who are already on that level. Okay. And one of my mentors says, if you want to grow, you need to be lifelong learner. Lifelong learner means if you want to grow, you need to learn something new. Then only you can grow. If your learning is stopped and you feel that, hey, I have done my education, bachelor's, master's, whatever I had to do, I will not learn new. With the same skill set, same knowledge, there is a limitation. But if you want to go on the next level, you have to invest on your knowledge, right? So how many of you also feel that, yes, life is not just about doing your bachelor master degree, you need to learn more. And you also feel that, yes, this analogy of lifelong learner, type L3, lifelong learner in the chat box, and then we'll proceed further here. If you also believe that, yes, life is not just about the doing school, college, and all, it's all about going on the next level. So for that, you need to learn more. Okay. All right, superb. So good to see here. And now let's proceed here with the next part of this webinar. And the next part we are going to talk about is like a case study. If you're someone who want to start your journey as a BA, so what exactly the journey of a BA will be, and in fact, why we need a BA. If there is a BA, what is going to, how it's going to help in the organization, and if we do not have BA in the company, what will be the impact of it? Okay, so this is what, as a case study, I am going to present over here. So let's get started. And here we go. Okay, so need of a BA. Okay, a case study. So how it works, why we need to have a BA in the organization. And I can see here a couple of questions in the chat box, in the Q&A. So I just said at end of the session, maybe around 45 minutes from now. So whatever questions you do have, I will be taking all those questions. Okay, so why we need to have a BA? So let's understand with a case study. So the case study is something, let's say there is a individual, a businesswoman, and this lady is someone who is running a outlet. She is having, let's say, she's having fashion brand having more than 20 brand outlets across the country. So now already having much physical presence in various city, she's looking to expand her business in the next level. And if you want to grow your business, the next level you can achieve having a digital presence. And this is what Sita is looking for. And now she know that she is having expertise in the business, in the fashion business, not in the IT. So she needs someone who can help on increasing the digital footprint by having a e-commerce portal. Also, that is what is the problem she is having. So in this case, now she know that if she has to make the digital presence, she will look to have a business presence for that, website, a domain name, all those aspects over here, and we need to start working on it. But having not depth knowledge of it, she is looking for someone who can extend its support on this aspect so that she can work on this website. So for this, what she did, she approached to a company, IT company, and this company is having expertise in building the user-friendly interface, detailed product information, and all those aspects, whatever she is looking for. This IT company is having expertise on it. So now she is going to interact with them, and that is what is where you can see the need of a business will start. So now let's say sales team or marketing team from the IT company is going to interact. They will high level, they understand what exactly the Sita is looking for, having the showing their business case, what they have done, something similar in the past. That is what they will talk about. And the next step from here will be working on her custom solution, what Sita is looking for. So in this case, in her project, a BA will be assigned. Let's say Rohan is a BA who is having expertise in this kind of e-commerce site. So again, BA is not someone who is a technical person. BA is a functional expert. You may have expertise on a specific domain, what you have worked on. So now Rohan is a BA who is expert of e-commerce site that offers user-friendly interface, detailed product information, secure payment option. And the intent over here is whatever my end customer, end users are looking for. How in the fast track way, convenient way, we can build solution for that. That is what is a Rohan expertise. And now Rohan is assigned to this specific project so that this requirement, this project can be completed. So now what will be the step-by-step activity? When you are going to start working as a BA, so you are going to interact with the customer. Try to understand what exactly your customer is looking for, thinking from the customer too. So over here, Sita is just going to brief what exactly she is looking for, what all are the target customer, who from which geography, what all are the age group, what is their preference, what kind of product she is selling in her boutiques, what are the top selling products. So having all those information, what Sita is going to provide. And BA is someone, in this case, he is going to closely work to understand business goal, target audience, specific requirement for the fashion site, brand color, brand image, target customer, everything. Having in mind, the next step from here will be Rohan will try to understand, and whatever his expertise is with his previous experience, whatever he has worked on the other brands, other businesses. So Rohan will come up with a question that, yes, what exactly you are looking for. So it's going to be just like a marketplace like Amazon, Flipkart, or maybe just like it's a omnichannel. I am just going to sell. I will be only seller on this platform. So how you want your customer will make payment. So asking all those questions, conducting the interview, how the shipping will happen, are you providing the refund, any guarantee, warranty, or so many other aspects over here. Having all those aspects in the mind, next step from here will be, so the Sita, the Rohan, the BA is going to document all those requirements, will take time, document all those things, and then will give it to the customer that, hey, based on the discussion, whatever we had, this is my understanding. This is what I understood based on our interaction, the thought what you have suggested, and whatever I asked questions, clarification we did. This is what is my understanding. Normally, what happens on this step, there will be a lot of to and fro. So you write, you do the documentation, you are present it to the customer. Again, customer is someone who is review it. They will be giving some suggestion. No, you have mentioned this, but I'm looking for something different. So this kind of exchange is going to happen. And then further, the next step from here will be, so you will rework, you will update those requirements, again give it to the customer. So it's like to and fro for the documentation. And there'll be a point, customer say, no, whatever you have done, it looks totally good. In fact, this is what I was looking for. So when this expectation is met, and that is what we call it as a sign off. So now customer has said, hey, perfect, we are good to go. So now this is the first aspect. Normally this phase is what we call it as the requirement analysis. The requirement part is over. The next aspect over here is you need to make sure you have a development team, the technical people, they are going to work and they are building the right stuff. They are building the right solution. And how you're going to do, you as a BA going to closely work with the developers. So once we have gathered all the requirements, we will move to on the design phase. So requirement is done. Your designers come in the picture. They are going to design. So wireframing mostly you as a BA gonna do. And then after making sure the screens, everything is aligned with the customer need. And once this design is done, the next thing will be what? Development. Meanwhile, let's say your UX people has done some design, you are also going to showcase to your customer that, hey, this is the first module. For this module, we have the designs ready. Is it something aligned or not? So you as a BA is also playing as a customer voice. So making, working over here as a bridge between your team and the customer, making sure everyone is aligned on this part. So that's what we say here. BA is a very active role to be in. So having active collaboration with the customer and the technical team. Now let's say design is done. The next step is what? Development. Over here, developers are in the picture. They are doing some coding, front end, back end, writing the API, doing all those aspects. The testing are also going to happen parallelly. So in this aspect, developers are doing the work. If they need any questions, any clarification, they do have, your job role as a BA is to clarifying those requirements. Sometimes it happens that you do not have the right answer on that time. So you will again go back to the customer, ask the question, get the solution, get the answer, and again revert to the developers. Now you may feel, why we need a BA for this? Why not developers can directly go and talk to the customer? So think for it, if customer is going to interact with the 10 people, right? So again, there may be some confusion. So once a customer said something to that person, next time something different. To just avoid this kind of confusion, we need one interface, that is a one region. Second, customer always talk in a different way. Technicals, the developers are they use a different words, so there will be huge gap, and that's why we need a BA who can understand the business knowledge, who's having a business sense, understand the customer problem, and on the same time talking with the developers and also understanding their words, so that this confusion can be removed and we can build a right and a good product. So on this aspect, as a BA, you are going to actively play a role. So we'll move on the development phase. Our team of developers will start coding the site, integrating the required features and functionality. All those requirements development is happening here. And you as a BA, regular progress update, what is happening to the customer you are going to give. Now let's say development is done. You are in the testing phase. So in the testing phase, your QA comes in the picture. They are testing the application. So you as a BA also going to be actively involved over here. There's something called UAT, user acceptance testing. You play a lot more vital, important role. Why? Because you are a BA. So you understand, although you have given all this requirement to the customer, from the customer to the developers, but you know intent of those requirements in a better way. And that's why you are also very much actively involved in the testing phase, making sure that right kind of. So again, when I'm saying you are involved in the testing phase, it's not like you're going to test all those scenarios. You have a QA team, testers who are going to do. But what is your job over here as a QA, as a BA is checking the corner cases, checking the most important happy flow, that it's working, it's aligned with that note or not. And that is what you are going to do as a BA, actively involved in the testing phase. And once the product is tested, what will happen? You are going to give it to the customer, and over here, customer, you are going to give demo that this is what the team has built. Once demo is done, customer will give the feedback, capturing those feedbacks, going back to the developers. That is what you will be doing, and taking sign of that, hey, this piece of requirement is done, are we good with this or not? That is what intent of the BA role. And this is what that is how you are going to bridge the gap between the customer and the developer. So now with this entire whole flow, I'm sure you're able to understand BA is not just about capturing the requirement, doing the user story documentation. At every phase of the SDLC, you are going to be involved, rather, you are going to be actively involved. And that's what is something your main job as a BA is, to make sure whatever the customer is looking for, those solutions and those kind of product, whatever is expected, is built. That is what is the main intent of a BA job role. Okay, this is what I just wanted to show you from a case study, that in a SDLC entire, what is your job role is going to be. Okay, with this, we'll move to the next part of this webinar. So if you're someone who is looking to start your career, your job role as a BA, what key skills you need to have? What are something you need to have? Key skills, knowledge, so that you can start your job, your career as a BA. Okay, so are we good till now? So are you all clear? If clear, type C in the chat box, C for clear, and then we'll proceed further. Next part of webinar, which is giving you clarity, the insight. If you are someone who is going to start your career as a BA, what all key skill set you need to have in yourself. Okay, and in fact, who is a good fit for this job role? That is what we are going to learn. Okay, so over here we go. 1 second. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so this part of webinar, what we are going to talk about is essential BA skills. So when you are going to work as a BA, what all exactly you are going to do on the ground? So again, if you talk about the BA role, So first of all, in fact, you are going to start your career as a BA. First thing first, you need to have BA skills, building the BA skills. And how? So what kind of skill set we're talking about? So understand the business problem. So if there's a customer, like we just talked about a scenario, so there was a like customer who was looking to have digital presence. So how to solve that problem? So solving the understanding the customer problem, develop business strategies. So what all can be done so that this problem can be solved. Requirement analysis, one of the major job. So yes, there is a customer who is having some problem statement. Then how to work on the requirement, facilitate and gap analysis. What it mean by gap analysis? So let's say possible that this customer is already having a e-commerce platform. Now still they feel that yes, we need to improve on. So having the existing solution and maybe we have a competitors, what all features functionalities are there in competitor site, you also need to understand. And once you have this insight, that is what you're going to propose to your customer. Hey, you have this much feature, you need to work on this more so that your site, your portal is on the next level. In fact, it will be much better. And that is what is the gap analysis you're gonna do. Manage organization change, documentation management you're gonna do. Then build communication skill. So that is what is again one important aspect of the BA role. Why? Because you are someone who is going to actively collaborate with the customer. So over here, you need to have a good soft skill, good communication. What happens if you're having good communication with the customer? So again, it happens, there will be certain times, certain problems. But if you're having good repo, good reputation with the customer, these kind of problems can be resolved quickly. Why? Because if you are having good connection, good reputation with the customer, you can explain and your customer will able to understand it, your problem statement in a better way. Facilitate discussion. Sometime, let's say there's a demo is going to happen or any other aspect, you are going to facilitate those discussions as well. And build people skills, soft skills. So manage client relationship, stakeholder management. So possible you are going to get requirement, but not only for one person, from one person. There are multiple people, multiple stakeholder, multiple department you're going to interact with. So managing relations with all of those individuals you are going to do. And on that SDLC, software development life cycle, in today's time, most of the companies, 90-95% of the projects are getting executed on agile methodology. So you need to have good knowledge about agile, what it is. Yes, some companies still use the waterfall. So still you need to have knowledge of how the BA role works in a better way in the waterfall methodology as well. And as a BA, you are going to work on certain documentation. You need to learn some good tools as well. So for example, let's say you have to do the modeling, right? So for that aspect, UML for that, video is one of the most popular tool. Something like Figma for creating the wireframe. So how the page look like. So wireframing is what also you are doing to do. So Figma, just in mind, so many tools are there. Tool is just a way to communicate whatever information you do have in a productive way. And yes, Jira. So most of the company use this tool, Jira. So Jira or Excel. Also, you need to have expertise. And then certainly the MS Office, like you have to work on the BRD, or you have to work on certain presentation or demo and all. So you need to have good skill set on this. But to summarize, among all this, what all the tools are the most important for you? One is what is a wireframing tool, because you have to create some wireframe designs, which may sound difficult. You are not from the industry, but yes, it's easy. I would say 2-3 days is good enough to have proper understanding of it. And then also the tools like Jira, because most of the time you're going to write the requirement. Also, you need to create certain reports over there. So for that aspect, these tools are good for you to be aware. Now, so this is what is the BA skills. But the next question is, okay, fine, I understood who is BA, what this BA person does, and what knowledge I need to have to be a BA. But is it I am a good fit to be a BA? Am I a right candidate? I am someone from the sales, marketing. I am someone from having no any expertise. Am I good fit for a BA role? So for that aspect, if we talk about qualification, so if you are someone who is looking for a BA, if you're looking for a transition, what skill set or what is something prerequisite for you? So for this aspect, first thing is what? Communication skill. As I said, BA is play a vital role. You are going to interact with the customer, multiple stakeholder. You must need to have good communication. Talking about education, do I need to have a technical background like BE, BTech or so? The answer is no. Any graduation, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You need to have graduate degree. That is what is required. Next one over here, if we talk about, so work experience, do I need to have a BA work experience? And as I know, most of you over here are not having this background. So yes, the answer is you do not need to have a BA work experience. But yes, if you are someone who's fresher, just college pass out, there are job for the BA for the freshers as well. And yes, there are a lot more job for the work experience. So anyone having any experience, let's say you are someone in the sales, in the marketing, any background, you will be able to connect with the BA skills with the job, whatever you have done. And with those expertise, you have to relate and you will be able to do it. So let's say you have 5 year, 7 year, 10 year experience in any field. You are not going to start your career as a fresher. Rather, your experience you have to portray in a way that you have worked as a BA and then you are going to get a job for the BA. That's how it works. And then certain tools, as we talked about. So let's say Jira, Balsamiq, Figma, or so any tools you need to work on. And then certain you need to have knowledge about the project, what it means. So because when you are going to give interview, you will not be going as a fresher that I'm someone having expertise in the sales or marketing, and now I'm looking for a BA job. So you'll be saying that yes, since last 3 to 5 years, whatever it is, I'm already working as a BA. So you must need to have some knowledge about the project, any project it could be, and that project you are going to show that yes, how I can whatever I have done, and that is what you are going to expand here. That is what is something going to be. Okay. So now, so many of you, like I'm sure you must have a question that I do not have the experience as a BA, or let's say I'm not from IT background. How I can start my journey? Okay. So to answer this, I would like to share my story. Okay. So do you want to know about my career transition? So type me in the chat box if you want to know. So I was also not in the IT earlier. So I did my bachelor's in, or although in the engineering, but I was in a different aspect. Then after I moved to the BA role. Okay. So what I did, how I did, you want to know? So type me in the chat box and I will explain what is something I did. Okay. All right, so good. So now let me tell you my story. So I just said 2009, I did my engineering, BE, Bachelor of Engineering in 2009 in Electronics and Communications. 2009 to 15, I did from Bhopal my engineering. And 9 to 15, I was in Bhopal. So I was in some different activity, different business. In fact, 2012, I started a training organization. I was taking care of totally the marketing side. And that company, what I started, that was something about certification training, about the networking. Networking means the Cisco, Microsoft companies, CCNA, MCMC, MCSC, those kind of certification. So that company, me and my partner, we ran for something around 3 years. It was doing good, but after 3 years, it was stagnant. We are just able to make something money around 20 to 25,000 on an average. Sometime it will go 75, sometime it will go in the minus because having employee costs, so many things. On an average, it was 25,000. So after 6 years of the bachelor degree, just getting a amount of 25,000, certainly it's not a good amount. So then we discussed what to do. So again, after a lot of discussion, we thought that maybe whatever we are doing, there's not much scope, better to drop it and go for a job. So me, although I have done my engineering, but having no any coding knowledge, what to do? So I talked to so many of my friends that, hey, well, something happened, it's not going good. Now I want to start my journey in the corporate, let's say in IT. They said, hey, how you can do? You do not have any programming knowledge. You do not have any relevant job experience. So I said, I can learn anything, whatever is required, and then I will start doing job. So in fact, I planned also that I will learn PHP. I will become a PHP web developer. So one friend, I called him and he said, hey, no problem. You want to start your job in IT, you can do it. IT is not just about doing the technical side. There's so many other jobs as well. And then he said it was month of February. In fact, February last week, it was something 2015 I'm talking about. He said you can be a BA. I said who is BA? So he just high level explained. Then I just jumped on the Google. Who is BA? What lot of blogs, something I read, and I was able to relate what a BA does, connecting with the customer, trying to understand what they are looking for, and then they're doing some documentation, explaining the same thing to the IT. So I said, anyway, I was something in the sales marketing, somewhat I was doing the same. So I was talking to the customer or trying to understand their need and then pitching the my product. I was able to relate. And just 2, 3 days after doing all this research, I felt confident. That's yes, this makes sense. And 2015 was quite a tough and great time as well for me. So that was the year I was about to get married. So again, I came to Bangalore on that time itself. I was here for 2 weeks just to see what is the job market. I went back to Bhopal. I shut down the business, whatever I was doing. I went to my native UP. I got married. And April, I got married. May last week, I came here just with the guidance of my friend. And when I came to Bangalore, I was just having one thought in my mind: whatever happens, if I am able to get a job, something around 40,000 rupees per month, that will be good enough. Why 40? 10,000 rent for 1 BHK flat or so, remaining all we can manage. So I came here, I started giving interview, recruiter calls. Okay, so what is your current CTC? What is your expectation? I am looking for 5 lakh. Then they said, yes, I felt much more confident. How much you looking for? 7 lakh, much more confident. Kept on giving interview. I gave around 4 to 5 interview, and first offer later I got from TCS, which was beyond my expectation. That was something around 8.75 lakh as a BA. I kept on giving more interview and I got another offer from a company where I joined, Composite Softwares, and that was offer of 9.25 LPA. So now the intent is over here, summary, someone who was not having BA knowledge from altogether different field. I started my active job search in month of May, and just in something around 45 days time, 22nd of June or something, I started my job as a BA. In just around 45 days, something I was able to make it. So this is something was a complete transformation for me. I started job. So many of my juniors, they also asked, hey, what you did, I also want to do. So I helped them, I mentored them, and they also got successful transition. And then I thought this, there are so many people in industry in the like, they are having capacity, they have the knowledge, they have willpower to do, but something they're not having the right direction, right mentorship, and that's why they are not able to grow. And then I made this as my mission. Why not help those people who want to grow on the career, but somehow they are not able to do it? So that's what I made my mission. That's my vision, to make 10,000 people career transition in IT, in BA, in Scrum Master, in the PO, all together different job role. And that's what I do. That's what is my mission. Okay. So how many of you are able to, I would say you are inspired by listening this? Yes. Someone from altogether different field is able to do. I can also do. If you are feeling inspired, if it's something you're able to connect with, type I for inspired. It's all about commitment. It's all about having setting a mindset that yes, this is what I want to do. And there is a famous saying, there is a will, where is a will, there is a way. If that's what I said in the beginning of the webinar, you just need to be committed that yes, this is what I'm looking for, and certainly you can do it. No one can stop you from your success. And if someone can, it's you, no one else. I just said so many of my friends said, you can't do. But yes, I was having no option. In fact, why I was able to make my transition in the short span of time, because I haven't any plan B. That too, I got married. My wife is calling from my village. What you are doing? And I have no option. So day night, everything just 100% focus, and I got the result. And I'm glad to say that it's not only with me. Hundreds of my students from different field, and 80% of my students, my mentees, are from non-tech background. Someone from the marketing, someone from the BPO, and someone who were all together, let's say a package of 10 to 20 LPA, someone who was having 18 to 28 LPA. So this kind of package people are getting. Why? Because again, if you have knowledge, you have a proper roadmap, certainly you can achieve that. Okay, so this is what is something I had to share, and let's proceed further. That yes, what is the number? Now everything looks good. That yes, who is BA? I understood. What as a BA I am going to do on the ground. Number two, you learned. Then after, what all skill set you need to have to be a BA? We learned about that. What is the prerequisite you need to have? That also we learn. And the next step, if I'm someone who is looking for this transition, career transition in this job role, how much number wise, what is something I can expect here? So again, very simple formula, what it works in the IT industry. And that formula, what I say is a 2x. What it mean by 2x? So basic thumb rule is whatever number of experience you do have. So for example, let's say you are someone who has done your bachelor's 6 years back, 10 years back, and you have 10-year experience, not in IT, maybe in the sales, maybe the marketing, whatever you have done. You just need to tweak your experience around this. And then 10 into 2 is what? 20 LPA. This is what something you can expect. Hey, I did my bachelor something around, let's say, 8 years back. So how much I can expect? So 8 into 2, how much it comes? It is something around 16 LPA. But is this the ceiling? The answer is no. What I'm saying here is, this is whatever we are talking about. This is average. Okay. So if anyone who's not in IT industry, for them, this number works. If you're someone already in the IT industry, in some different job role, if you want to start your journey over here, so it can go to into 3 also. So I have students having a 10-year, 11-year experience. They are getting something around 25, 28 also, right? So this is about the number wise what you can expect. Okay, so yes, and I'm sure for so many of you, it may look like, hey, is it really possible? Okay, in fact, let me ask you a question. How many of you are here in this webinar? If you are someone who is getting your salary, your number of year of experience into 2, more than that, let's say 10 year, and you're getting 21, 22, I do not want to know your number, but do respond in the chat box M if you are someone who is getting more than twice of number of year of your experience. And when I'm saying number of year of experience, means whenever you did your bachelor's, since then you need to count. And if you're someone who is getting less than this, type L. L means less. So yes, I did my bachelor's 10 years back, 10-year experience in the sales marketing, and I'm having package of just, let's say, 10 LPA, 7 LPA. So why I'm asking is, I do not need to know your number, but you need to know about your reality, where you do stand. Okay, so everyone do respond. It's not for me, it's for you. Because see, if you are looking for a transition, transformation, first thing first is what? Aware. You need to aware about where you do stand. Number one. Second, where you need to be. So unless you are not having that thought in mind, unless you do not know where you do stand, you cannot go on the next level. Okay. All right. And I can see here most of the response over here as L means low. And let me tell you, if you are someone in this category, means getting less than the twice of your overall experience, you are not doing justice with yourself. You're not doing justice with your family. Why? because you deserve a lot more to achieve and you are just compromising. So it's time for you to take action so that you can be on the next level of your career. And think for it, you may be just thinking for it to have a transition, transformation about this, but someone who is not taking action. And if you want to grow, certainly you need to take action. If you will not take action, you will be stuck where you are. Okay, so now a lot of talking, but is it something that this job role is in demand in industry? The answer is a big yes. There is a lot of opportunities as a BA. In fact, in spite of me saying this, let me show you here on the on live here. Let me show you. So let me ask you a question. If you have to do a job search, where you will be doing it? Which job portal and all you are going to do your job search? Do respond in the chat box. Which job portal you do refer for the job search? Okay, so LinkedIn, okay, Naukri, what else? Everyone do respond. I'm sure you must have your job portal account you have created. Which job portal you're going to refer? All right, so Indeed, Times, okay, Naukri. Certainly, if we talk about Naukri and Indeed are, or Naukri and LinkedIn are much popular. So, okay, everyone do respond on what all job portals you have your account and which job portals you are going to refer. Okay, so let me show you here the live in spite of just saying here. So I'm just going to open the Naukri. Okay, and what job you're looking for? So what skill set you need to have is, let's say business analyst, and we are looking for whom? Business analyst. Okay, I'm not putting any year of experience, any location, just randomly how many jobs we do have. Okay, so if you just see how many jobs, 69,324 in total. If I just look for that, how many jobs are there with let's say level of recency, how many jobs has been posted here with date range and all, still there will be a lot of jobs over here which you can see. The intent over here is there are a lot of opportunities if you are someone who is focused, if you're, and that is what I'm showing you on one portal. You can refer the other portal, you will be getting some more jobs. And so many jobs are not posted. Internal references it also work through. The intent over here is if you are someone who is looking for career transition in this job role, it's a good decision to be it worth. Why it worth? As you have seen already, there are a lot of job opportunity. Now the next question comes here. Okay, fine. If I'm someone who is going to start my career as a BA, what will be the next step from here? What will be my future? So again, in this case, it depends how much experience, expertise you do have. Accordingly, you're going to start your career. So let's say someone who is fresher, that person start career as a junior BA, then business analyst. So when I started my career after 6 years, so I started as a BA. Then you will become senior BA, principal business analyst manager, head of BA analysis. It's a kind of department you're going to lead. Also, when you start working as a BA, you have multiple other opportunities. Like, so let's say you are someone who work a lot in any specific domain, like e-commerce. So you will be becoming SME. You have a wide experience in telecom. You will be becoming SME as well. That is the one aspect. Also, you start your career as a BA, you want to move to the Scrum Master, that's one job role. If you are someone who want to move for the PO, product owner, it's another job role. If you're someone who want to switch to, let's say, project management, so you start in one job role and you have multiple opportunities wherever you are able to connect with. That is what something you can plan for. Okay, so now let me tell you, if you are someone who want to start your job role, your career as a BA, how to start your journey as a BA. Okay, so this is what I am going to help you over here. Okay, so I just said here, I am someone who help individuals to career transition in the BA job role or BA Scrum Master Product Owner. Multiple trainings what we do offer here. So how many of you want to start your career in a fast track way in the next 3 months that, hey, I'm super committed and I want to start my career as a BA. Type me in the chat box if you're someone who is able to resonate with whatever communication we had in last around 75 minutes. And if you're able to connect with this job role, that yes, this is something for me, and I want to start my career as a BA, type me in the chat box. Okay. All right. So type me if you are someone who want to start your career, your journey as a BA. And I'm going to help you here that I do have my mentorship program where I do help individuals who are committed to go on the next level of career as a BA. Okay. This is what I do have my mentorship program. And this program is not for everyone. Why? Because career transition is something which requires commitment. If you're someone just going with the impulse, it's not for you. But if you're someone who is really committed, this program is for you. So how I can help you on this journey of your career transition? Let me help you on this part. Okay, so here we go. So I do have my mentorship program where I do help individuals to start their career here as a BA. So what all going to be here? So as part of this entire curriculum, in fact, if you are someone who is looking to start your journey, what will be your step? First of all, you need to have the in-depth knowledge about the BA, the BA skills you need to learn, then also about the tools like Jira, Balsamic also you need to learn. And that is what everything, whatever is required to learn, that is what is part of my program, my mentorship program, what I have added. And how this works here, my mentorship program is all about helping anyone from any background to get them ready to start career as a BA. So how to start your BA career in 90 days, that is what is the main intent of this program. And how this program works, the course is something of around 45 days. In this, around 20 hours of training, 25 hours session is for the core BA knowledge. We'll have the in-depth knowledge of the Jira tool. We'll have interview preparation, a lot more things we are going to cover. And the program value, the course value is how much? 29,999, which is 30,000 rupees. Next over here, how it start. So as an add-on, so again, what all you're going to learn in the BA. So as a BA, the first thing is what, let's say requirement elicitation techniques, documentation, what are documentation you need to do. Then after wireframing, what all wireframing, UML, so stakeholder management, what all the key content as a BA you need to be aware about. That is what you're going to learn here in this. I'll be sharing the detailed content, detailed course content also at the end of this webinar. Apart from it, the main focus over here is not to upskill. Rather, the main focus over here is to start your journey, your career as a BA business analyst. And for that aspect, you need to give interview. And to give interview, you need to have a good CV and you need to have a practice for that also. And for that reason, I do have this module called Interview Mastery, where I will be sharing certain questions which will be asked in the interview. Apart from it, also will be sharing the answer of it, what to answer, how to answer. We'll have a mock interview sessions. Fee for this is 9999, means 10,000. Overall program value, if you see how much it's going to you as a bonus with this main program. Total program value now, how much it becomes? It is something around 39,998, means 40,000. Next bonus over here is guest lecture goldmine. So every month I do invite some industry expert to have talk on different topic. That is what also you are going to get. Again, fee for this is 10,000 rupees going to you as a bonus. And fee for the overall program becomes now how much? 49,997, 50,000 rupees. Next bonus for you over here is weekly mastermind. So weekly we'll have certain sessions about the interview, some different topics, depends on the context. And fee for this again is 10,000 rupees. And overall program fee becomes now how much? 60,000 rupees. And whatever I'm saying, this is you're going to get as a bonus. And next, as I said here, you may be from a different field, but you need to have expertise, something on a project. Because in the BA interview, what all projects you have worked on, you need to have some knowledge on those projects as well. So around 4 project description, detail with questions, and also you will be creating certain documentation over here. Course fee for this is 9999. which is 10,000 rupees. And overall program fee becomes now how much? 70,000 rupees. This is what you can say the summary, the bonus, what you're going to get. And over here, one more bonus is about communication mastery. So certain sessions will happen for communication, how to communicate in a better way for the, again, this is not about the grammar. This is much more about the corporate skills, communication, and on those aspects. Fee for this is 10,000. And overall fee, if you see here, how much it becomes, 80,000 rupees. This is what all you are going to get. To summarize in this entire program, the BA, the main program, which is all about, apart from it, you're going to get a lot of bonus. That is what something overall fee is 30,000 rupees. Bonus value is 50,000 rupees. Overall program value around 80,000 rupees. But yeah, I know that it's not feasible for everyone to make this amount of payment over here. So I am just going to offer you a limited time offer, which is webinar only offer. And you, for this webinar only offer, you do not need to pay this much of amount. Rather, what you have to do is you have to just make everything what you can see is going to you as a bonus. The main program, which is the BA Business Analyst, the offer price, which is the base price, is 30,000 rupees. You are going to get everything in this. Whatever you can see on the bottom is going to you as a bonus. And yes, if you are someone who is committed, action taker, and want to start your journey right away with me. So the batch we are going to start on this Thursday. The timing will be in the morning, 6:15 to 7:15. It will be 1 hour every day. It will be a weekday, Monday to Friday. Apart from that is the BA sessions. Apart from it, we'll have the Jira tool training. We'll be having some other additional sessions also. So altogether, it will take something around 45 days for the entire content to be completed, 1.5 months. Batch is going to start on this Thursday. Timing is morning, 6:15 to 7:15 in the morning. And yes, if you are someone who is committed and want to start your journey, you do not need to pay 30,000 rupees. You have to pay just 24,999, which is including the GST. Otherwise, it's 25 plus GST, which becomes again 29,990. But if you are someone who's going to enroll right away, you have to make how much? Just 24,999. And yes, after this, I'll be taking questions. And I just said Q&A will be having. So if you are someone who is committed and want to start your journey on a fast track way, how to proceed over here, let me share you the link. And here is the link. So you can make the payment through this InstaMojo link, what I have shared in this chat box. Here we go. And once you click on this link, you will be able to see a page, something like this. Here we go. Okay, this is the page you will be able to see here once you click on this link. And you have to use a code webinar and you will be able to get the discounted. Okay, all right. So here we go. Okay, so this is that. Okay, so Kamlesh B, if not like, do you refund all money? No, will not refund any money. So again, we already have a discussion something around, you can say how much time, around 1.5 hours. So there's no refund. Okay, so yeah, but yes, all the classes over here for this, normally for the BA class, some class I take, some class my other colleague. But for this specific batch, what we are going to start, all the classes will be taken by me. Okay, so again, the person to whom you are seeing right now is going to train you, teach you. So yes, this is, I think it's a good enough to make a decision. Okay, so anyone else having any question, you can post your question here in the Q&A and I will be taking your questions. Okay, so Sachin M, can I ask question? So yes, so you can post your question here in this. Okay, any other way to connect apart from webinar? Certainly, yes. Once you are going to part of this class, I will be there because I am going to take all your classes. Okay, and by the way, I'm just posting here my, okay, my number as well. So anyone who has any question, if you want to speak, okay, you can raise your hand and I will unmute you. You can ask your question. Okay. So one question I can see here, is there any age limit? So I would say age limit, minimum is, again, a college fresher also can start, college pass out for this, because BA job role is available for the freshers. And maximum, if you talk about, in general, let's say 40 is, I would say, the cutoff. 35 to 40 will be the cutoff age for it. If you're someone here much more than that, I would recommend you that we do have course for the Scrum Master. It will be for you. Okay. So next one over here. So yes, whoever has who want to speak, you can raise your hand. Okay. And I will take your questions. So Rajesh, you can ask your question. And after Rajesh, we'll be taking question from Sachin. Rajesh, go on. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah. So, hi, sir. So, am I audible now?
Yep, yep, go on.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for this opportunity, and it was really wonderful session, and it made the journey in between, the transition made an echo with me. Now coming back, I have about 4.5 years of diverse experiences.
Mhm,
Meaning, the first two jobs, the first job I worked with Deloitte as a tax consultant, where I was filing tax returns, and I had some gap. I did three different jobs. I've got three different gaps. This is the third gap I have.
mhm,
Second job is into taxation, but it's more of project management. So after that, so one of my friends suggested I got into IT as a third job as a developer. But within first 2 weeks, as they say, bench days, looking at my big four experiences, they asked me to take care of other things. Even though I joined as some Angular developer for some good enough 12 lakh money, but I was running scrums, I was doing user acceptance testing without knowing all of those. Again, I was not writing any BRD. I didn't touch Jira at an admin level, just as an user thing. But
mhm.
after 14 months, I had to take another gap now due to some serious family caregiving responsibility. So now I don't have any tech tools, and I'm a bit confused, like it's like I cannot go back on my career, or like go forward. That's what that mentorship I'm missing. So should I choose testing or Scrum Mastery or BA? Like, what do you suggest at this point of time, sir?
Okay, so again, now what you have to choose, I would say, is totally depend on your thought process. But now you have little bit of experience, so I would say you are in a better position to judge which job role you are able to connect more. On that way, you can take a decision. So in
Me-
spite of me giving a prescription that no, go for BA, it will work for you 100%, go for Scrum Master, I would encourage you to go with your past journey. You said you already work kind of a BA, kind of developer, you have run the Scrum calls also, right? Everything you
Yeah.
have done. So which role you are able to connect more? Is it the BA? Is it the testing? Or is it the Scrum? And
It
then you make your decision.
yeah, it's mostly Scrum, but I'm not sure with this experience is it possible, sir?
So when you did your bachelor's?
2015 actually.
2015, then 2015 to this, and actually you have around 4.5 year experience.
Yes, and
And
as I
last company,
mentioned
how much?
in sorry, uh,
Last company, how much year experience? How months or so?
for 14 months I worked,
And
and
that was on paper designation.
yes, the senior software engineer, it
And
says.
so, in your case, as you have done your bachelor's in 2015, I would, again, I do not want to give a prescription, but still, I would say you can go for the Scrum.
Mhm.
Why you can go for Scrum? Because you have already worked on this space, and be with, let's say, 10 plus 12 year something overall experience, they may expect certain domain expertise for the
True.
BA. But Scrum domain is not needed, so you can go for, again, up to you, but BA or Scrum, both or any of these you can choose.
No, that's what I love also, sir. I mean, I love working with people.
Right. So that's what I
Yeah,
said.
bit
You
of
are the
mix.
best
Yeah,
person to make a decision. In spite of me giving a prescription that you do this, you are the best person. Whatever you are able to connect. Let's say I'm saying no, you go with the data scientist, it is a much more rewarding career.
true,
You just go with my pursuit, right? My persuasion, but it will not work out for you.
true.
That call should come from your inner side. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I
I'll
hope
definitely.
yes, I hope I clarified, did not confuse you.
Definitely, sir. It made a lot of sense, and I hope working with you more
All right.
coming soon.
So yes, we do have training program for the Scrum Master as well.
Yeah,
We're going to start a batch
uh,
this Friday morning. So again, we can connect
yeah,
around.
sure, sir, sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay,
It
welcome.
means a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
Uh,
yep.
should I go with my question?
Yes, go on,
Yeah,
Sachin.
I have two questions. One is I have a background into SaaS-based sales.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the industry for the last 11 years now. I
Mm-hmm.
want to move to a business analyst role, but would this course help me to frame right set of strategy roadmap to take this? And I mean, there's a aligned question to it. To get into this sort of domain, if I plan to take Scrum Master certification or learn Scrum Master and business analysis, so
Mm-hmm.
would it add to the role? I mean, would this make sense? Because what I have seen to smaller companies, what I have seen is business analyst and Scrum Master are not different roles. But for bigger companies, there are two different roles. So would that add to my career in any way? So these are my two questions.
Right. So certainly, yes. First of all, your first question that you are someone having the sales experience in the SaaS-based product. That is what you have done. And again, it's a natural transition for being a salesperson, marketing, having expertise or experience in voice of customer or talking to the customer, transition in this job role. In fact, you can connect with my experience as well, as I was someone who was, again, did my engineering, but I was kind of sales guy till 2015. And this job role I was able to connect with. So that's why I moved in the BA job role. And yes, as you said, small company, they look for BA, Scrum Master kind of combined role. Same thing also happened with me when I started my career. It was a mid-sized company having around 300 or 200 people. So again, it makes sense to have go with the mixed thing, but you can start with one, focus on one. And in this training, whatever I'm going to talk about, let's say I explained, some aspect of Scrum Master training is also covered. It's not detailed, but being to be a BA, certainly you need to have good knowledge of Agile Scrum. So that part is also there. In fact, we do have a BA and Scrum combined course. So for the BA, it's 25. For the Scrum, also it's 25. If someone is going for both, the fee for that is 35,000. BA Scrum together. You can plan for that. Does that answer your question, Sachin?
Yes, yes, yes. And one last question I had.
Mhm.
If somebody have, because as I said to you, I'm into SaaS sales. I have experience of Salesforce also at the
Mhm.
admin skill.
Mhm.
So there are certain roles where the companies utilize Salesforce as a tool to execute projects, maybe
Mhm.
CRM based projects. So would that help me in any way? As I
Certainly,
have experience
yes.
in the Salesforce.
Certainly, yes. Why? Because any, let's say, domain or anything you do have expertise, it's going to add help. Why? Because let's say there are certain companies who are working on the Salesforce. So they need someone who is having expertise on that part. So whatever you have done, the expertise you do have, it will add a lot of value.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And next we'll go ahead with Kinjal Datta. Kinjal, you have a question? You can.
Sir, I have a question. First of all, it's nice to be here at this webinar.
Mhm.
So, sir, talking about myself, I'm a postgraduate, and I mean, I did my specialization in MBA marketing, and I have got I have got 10 years of experience in different industries all together, but my domain was into sales and marketing. So altogether, I am, sir, as of this moment, I'm 36. Do you think this program is right for me? Just to get some insight, sir.
36 is not a old age. In fact, I'm also 36 plus little bit, not 37. So again, if the question is 36 is a, if you, that's your mindset that it's a very high on age, I would say no. So what is your current job role? What currently you're doing?
Sir, I'm into sales, but not into technical sales as well, not into SAS or anything technical as well.
Mhm.
So I had various, I worked in various industries like EdTech, recent experience, and prior to that, I worked in FMCG as well as financial services as well.
Mhm.
So that's my profile altogether.
Okay. So yes, from a sales, certainly you can do. In fact, I would like to share one of my friend's story. So he was working with me in my first company where I started my career as a BA. So he was in the pre-sales, and then somewhat he got interested in this job role. So again, on that time also he was something around 34, 35.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Sumit. So he was from a pre-sales department. Then he
Mm-hmm.
said, no, I want to move in the technical side, let's say BA. So he just got one small project internally. Then from BA plus Scrum Master, he worked. Right now, he is working as a VP product in a company, and he is getting a package something around 45. And on
Okay.
that time, he was something around 16 or 17. So
Okay.
sales marketing to the BA, it's quite normal. Certainly, you can do that.
So one short additional question I need to ask you, that is, do I need to do any certifications pertaining to business analysts like ECB or CCVA?
If you can do, it's good, but certification is something not mandatory, because when you're going to give interview, it's all about how you're going to communicate your expertise. That is what they look for, right?
Okay.
So it's okay, it's good to have, but it's not mandatory. In fact, whatever students I do have, 80% of the people, they do not have done the certification and they got the job.
All right. All right. That would be also. Thank you for your
In
time, sir.
fact, again, when I started my journey, so again, I do not have any BA certification, to be candid, to be frank here. Okay. So
Okay.
yes, it's not a roadblock. Without that, also certainly you can do it.
Sure. Thank
Sir,
you.
one question I had, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just
Yes.
want to understand, like the query what he raised, that
Mm,
he have a sales background, and he again same is the case with me. Now,
mm.
when we are transitioning, should we show our sales experience, or would you help us to develop that sort of profile where we show that we had right set of experience of maybe business analyst? How that transition will take place? Should we show our experience that we were into sales, or should we not show, like how that will work?
Right. So good question, and I'm sure so many of you may have this question. So how it works? You are not going to show that you are currently working as a sales professional. So what will be your profile? Yes, I started my career in the sales XYG. I did. Currently, I'm working as a BA with last 2, 3, 4 years of experience, and that will be your pitch, your profile, and then you will start giving interview. Make sense?
So you are saying, maybe take for example, I have experience of 10 years, so I
Mm,
can show that I have previous experience of maybe 2 3 years into BA, and rest is into sales. That way you're putting.
correct.
Okay, got it.
Because think for it, let's say you are someone who is going to hire a marketing guy. Certainly, you need someone who has experience in the marketing. If I say that I have, let's say, technical experience for 10 years and I want to do the marketing, why? I have done the course, I love to do marketing, is in my blood, but somehow I was deviated. Will you hire that person? Or someone saying, hey, I have, let's say, XYG background, since last 4 years, I am doing sales, marketing. Which one you will prefer?
Agree. But sir, like, don't you think that a person who has previous experience will be more confident than me? Because my confidence may be a bit on the downside when I go for such interviews. So how you will play a part for that? I mean, if
That's
at
why
all
you
you
need,
can allow.
that's why you need to enroll in the program. So whatever skill set you need, so again, working with you, policing you on that level, that is what you will learn here, how to tweak your profile. So everything, whatever you need to know, you will able to learn here. Okay. So
Got it.
I hope this clarified. Okay. So all right. So next question will be taking it from Yogesh. Hola, Yogesh. Okay. Okay. All right. So 1 second. Okay. So need. Okay. Can I get the GPay, phone pay? Okay. So in case someone is having issue through this payment link, what you can do is you can. I'm texting my number. Okay. And 1 second. And then I will take questions here. So this is my number. You can do GPay, phone pay on this. Okay. And also I'm publishing a form here. If you do have any specific questions, clarification, you want to connect with me or my team, you can fill this form. Let me just post that form here. And here we go. And 1 second, and then after I'll be taking the questions here. Okay, so meanwhile, okay, let me unmute Yogesh. Yogesh, you can ask your question. Okay, here we go. Yes, Yogesh, you can unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Hi, Jitendra. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Actually, quite a couple of questions been answered by you already. I think one was related to like this the previous guys has asked, so it was quite clear. But for one thing which you asked about the age factor, like if you are above 40 and so BA is not more suitable, might be go for the Scrum Master or a PO or PM. So what's the hierarchy like if we choose a career path? Do we start with the BA or then it like a vice versa, or what?
So how much is your age?
It's 41.
41. Say in that case, I would recommend you to go for Scrum, like directly going in the managerial job role, in spite of going with the BA.
Yeah, so as of now, means if we I have a quite good experience in team lead as a team lead, but managing a service desk, not much technical profile, but somehow knowledge of service now as well. So that's why my one question was, what's the difference between business analyst and a business admin role? Are these both same or what?
A business admin role and business analyst. So business admin, a business analyst is someone you can say client facing or
Mhm.
connecting with the client, getting the requirement. And
Okay.
business admin, there's no any, I would say, direct role as such. It's a kind of customized thing. So admin
Mhm.
means you may not be interacting with the customer, maybe internal business administration.
So actually, internally, luckily, or I got this opportunity means moving to the upskilling myself and
Mm.
move from team lead to service now, and I have now job title as a business admin. But yeah, I know the words like Scrum Master and all. So if we talk about the roles like Scrum Master and BA, it's quite similar,
No,
or
so
might be.
not similar. See, BA role is all about, you can say, individual contributor. So
Mm,
you as an individual, you have to interact with the client, doing the documentation and all, making sure it is aligned. And Scrum Master, it's all about managing the show,
mhm,
running the show, that whatever things are there, it's going in a good way, it's on a track. So
okay.
normally what I recommend anyone having 12, 15 plus year experience, it's better to go with the Scrum Master role.
Okay.
If someone having, let's say, less than 10 or so, then it makes sense to go, or something around 10, then makes sense to go with a BA.
So actually, I tried to join your another WhatsApp role previously, WhatsApp group specifically for Scrum Master, but unfortunately, my shift timing was something like that. I was not able to join that, so I thought to join this one. I,
So again, if you are again want to start, you want to attend the Scrum. So tomorrow I'm going to have a webinar for the Scrum as well. So it will be 3 days in the continuation. So
Mhm.
say you can join that and you will be getting much more clarity
So
about.
that's why I requested that any other way to connect apart from webinar. Also, you shared one number, so
Oh yeah, that's my
any,
number.
any so. Are you comfortable on this number, or might be from your website? I
This
should
number we
check
can
with.
connect whatever I have said.
Okay. Thanks for the forms. I'll prefer to have a word one-on-one
Sure.
with this number, so because
All right.
kind of experience I have and what I'm looking for. Thank you, Jitin, for.
Thank you. Okay, so all right. So anyone else having any question, you can post your question here in the Q&A, or if you want to speak, you can you can raise your hand. Okay, so meanwhile, okay, let me see here. Okay, so meanwhile, I would like to congratulate Yogeshwari, many congratulations. You have taken the best decision to be part of this program. Rest assured, whatever you are expecting, much more than that you are going to get. And now is the time of focus, commitment, that yes, you are going to be focused, going to be giving your 100% for next 3 months, and certainly whatever you are expecting, you will able to get it. And also would like to congratulate Sagar, many congratulations, your payment has been received. And yes, many congratulations, you will be getting the Zoom link and all the details tomorrow, and let's start the journey together. Okay, so anyone else having any specific questions, any clarification you do have, you can raise your hand and you can ask your questions. Okay. So I have 8-year experience in the sales. Can I start as a BA? Certainly, yes, Sumis, as I said, in fact, whatever you have the previous conversation. So anyone having any background doesn't matter. You just need to have good communication. That is what I do look for. And if you have any XYZ experience, that you need to portray that you have implemented, let's say you have worked as a BA on that job role and you give interview, you will be able to get the job. Okay, so that's how it works. I hope now it's clear for everyone. Okay, all right. So with this, we are done for today's session. So yes, I have posted here my number. So anyone having any specific questions, any clarification, you can connect with me. I have, okay, let me, okay. So I have number I have already posted here. So let me post my number again. Here is my number. Also, thank you everyone. So I hope you got value, you got good knowledge, good content on this. And if you're someone who is looking to upskill, let's say you want to learn about Scrum as well. So I do have a webinar for Scrum. I'm posting the link here in the chat box. You can go through it. And let me post here the link. All right. So thank you everyone. I hope you got good knowledge, good content. Okay. So thank you. Bye-bye. All the best.